Hi, everyone, and welcome to Into the Pit. I am here with the legendary Frank Tosi. Is it pronounced Tosi?
It is. It is.
Amazing. From Another Demon, guys. So these are a band from New York, thrash legends over there, and have released an EP through Ragebreed Records. And do you want to speak a little bit about the EP then? So what is the EP called? And let's go straight into that. So when was it recorded?
So the EP is from 2003, from when we first got started as a band. This is the culmination of our first couple of jam sessions that we just put down as songs. It was recorded at Barking Dog Studios in New York, in Brewster, New York, by Richie Kennan, who's the guitarist for the hardcore band Sub-Zero. So we went there. We went to the studio. We had a pretty nice couple of days in sessions. We did a little editing there, and then I contacted a friend of mine by the name of James Murphy. He's a friend and mentor, and he was kind enough to do a guest lead on one of our songs, Drawn and Quartered.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fabulous song. That's been getting a lot of attention from Metal Devastation Radio as well on Zach Moonshine show. So you've been winning it all the time, haven't you? Every week I'm like, oh, wow, they're on there again. Amazing. So big thanks to Metal Devastation PR and radio and Zach Moonshine for doing that for the band. It's amazing. It's so great to see you guys being plugged. So let's talk about. So you had that show, didn't you, at the EP release party?
Yes.
If I remember right. And so let's have a talk about that. So how did that go?
The release party was pretty good. It was a good night. There was a couple of shows locally in the area with some bigger bands, so it could have definitely felt like it was a little bit of a bigger draw, but it was a fun show. We had a great time. There was great people there. We had some great bands we played with, and we got some good photos, and got to hang out at a vintage music store for a majority of the day, do some nice meet and greets, and it was good time.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So for your personal favorite song on the EP, what would you say is a favorite? You know, something that like when you play live, you're like, oh my God, this is just amazing. And, you know, you're getting that adrenaline. Which is your most favorite song from the EP?
I'd have to say probably Drawn and Quartered. But it changes every show. You know the mood that you're in as musicians. We get up there, we know one's going to bang harder than the other. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I remember that as well. Yeah, no, that's fab. And so you know, in terms of Another Demon, then who came up with the name? What was there like a story behind the name or anything like that? Or
so that's a great question. So our original drummer. Who I started the project with. His name is also Frank, and he, myself, and Max were kicking names around, and that was just the iteration that came out of that session. We'll say that he had the final word in that one, but that's cool.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be about, you know, this song's about another demon for like, you know, telling dark stories, whether it be a true crime story, a historical story, or a fictional story.
Oh, that's amazing. So that kind of was going to lead me to my next question, actually. So in terms of when you write songs with Another Demon, what are they mostly about, would you say?
So for us, for me, it's about a feeling. I just want it to sound heavy and aggressive, with dynamics, and you know, you get one riff and you'll play off of that. So the lyrics and the concepts really come after the fact. I think there's only not even one song we haven't written like that. So it's a little hard to say. Max, our vocalist, he's very into historical moments, and he's into a lot of medieval torture books, you know, and methodologies. So it, you know, that kind of comes through. That's why Drawn and Quartered, he wanted You wanted to make sure that was
Ah,
pretty prevalent there.
yeah, no, that's fair enough. Very brutal.
Yeah.
It's it. I mean, what would you say are your personal influences then? So, in terms of thrash music, what did you kind of grow up listening to and still listen to?
So I grew up in a '80s hair metal band.
Hmm.
That was my parents.
Hmm.
So it was, my mom's water broke on stage. It was kind of a thing.
Wow, that's so
So
great.
they didn't like a lot of heavier stuff,
Mm.
but one of their roadies, when I was a kid, gave me Merciful Fate's In the Shadows.
Hmm. Hmm.
And before that, I was listening to Priest and uh, Priest and the Scorpions
Hmm.
and Sabbath when I was younger. But once I heard King Diamond on the
Mm.
Merciful Fate record, it kind of like all took off from there, and I glommed onto the extreme side of things and the shred stuff and the really fast aggressive stuff.
Yeah, okay. So I've had like conversations about thrash metal and all that kind of stuff, and quite often when it comes to thrash, to talk about the big four. What would you say would be your big four favorite thrash metal bands if you had to like think
Oh,
about it?
that's super easy. That's super easy. That would be Testament.
Hmm.
That would be Exodus. That would be
Yeah.
Overkill, and that would be
Hmm.
Creator.
Oh yeah, fabulous bands, really, really good bands. And were there any specific albums where you're thinking, this is just like the best album? So out of those bands, what albums really spoke to you?
Well, I will say, back in the days when you used to be able to walk through music stores, I don't know if you still have them in the UK, but we don't
Mhm.
have many of them here.
Mm.
Um, when I was walking through, the one thing that always got me was the album cover of Testament's The Gathering.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, just
yeah.
those floating reapers around that gemstone was just like, oh wow, that looks awesome. And you listen to it, and the riff is just killer. So that's definitely one of the ones that identifies for me. I came to Exodus a little later in life.
Hmm.
Shovel-headed Death Machine was Shovel-headed Kill Machine. Sorry, was my favorite at that time. That was my introduction. And I used to see Overkill all the time when I snuck into the clubs underage as a teenager. So absolutely love those guys. And I saw
Mm.
Creator twice over here stateside. Once actually opening for Merciful Fate, which was amazing.
Yeah, no, they're such a great band. I remember seeing them with Celtic Frost supporting, and they played
Mm.
Rock City in Nottingham, and yeah, absolutely brilliant band. So good, especially the Extreme Aggression album as well. So good. Um, but yeah, no, I mean Exodus. I think I've seen a few times actually. I saw them at the Rescue Rooms, and they were supporting a monomath actually. And
Mm.
and then I saw them another time. Yeah, great band, absolutely brilliant band. And then I saw them again. Obviously, I've seen them lots at festivals and things like that. But I mean, for individual shows, usually I go and see them at the Rescue Rooms when they play. But yeah, I mean, phenomenal band, really good. But yeah, I mean, every album you've listed has been brilliant, and yeah, those four are really great. That's so good. So you guys do quite a few gigs. I was looking at your page, and I was looking at some of the gigs that you've played. What show has really stuck out for you? Would you say on what kind of I don't know, all the shows that you've played so far? What show has been probably the best, or you think, yeah, oh my god, that was a great time.
Um, well, the second night, when we were on tour in California on the west coast of the U.S., we played in a kind of like the hangout of the people from the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small town just outside of San Francisco, so it's a suburb of San Francisco, and it's called Crockett. There's a
Mm-hmm.
place there called Toots Tavern, and actually got to become pretty decent friends with Jeff, the bass player now in Violence, and his band Psychosomatic that night.
Awesome.
But we were on tour with Skin Lab, and that was our second night of the tour. And we got freshly broken in and just off of a 7-hour drive,
Mm-hmm.
and it was amazing. That was our first circle pit that we ever had.
amazing.
It's a
Yeah.
fantastic night, and it's not a huge place, so having a circle pit in a place that size is a different thing. You know, definitely, you could feel the kinetic energy.
Mm.
Was being so close, but that was a fantastic night. But I got to say, we've played a ton of shows, and we I don't feel like we've had a show where we weren't grateful that we were there.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Every show has its own unique print, I suppose, isn't it, in your musical life? So yeah, no, that's amazing. So talk me back then through when you were a kid and you were growing up, and you mentioned a few bands there. Have you ever been in any other band before Another Demon, or was that your first band?
Oh, yeah. So I was in a locally well known band called Metadox in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And then after we played a gig in Canada, I met up with some friends that were semi-local, and we started a band called Desdemone, which was a female-fronted symphonic metal band, and we were signed to Radtone Records out of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And we did some touring in the States, and we played a festival in Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a fantastic experience. I'm sorry to see that band live its life, but it lived its life. And I've been doing session work here and there, jamming with people, helping write songs. And I took off a bunch of time to raise my son. And now that he's a teenager and wants to do his own thing, it's easier for me to get back to doing my own thing and not being a bad parent.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Yeah, that's really cool. And in terms of so you mentioned festivals. Have Another Demon played any kind of festival yet, or are you looking to do one in the future?
Oh, so we've played. Let's see. We've played about 4 festivals at this point, stateside. Which, to me, a festival over here is nothing compared to a festival across the Atlantic. But we've played some here, and they've been fun. We've done well. Got some renown for it, and looking forward to doing something overseas.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, to be honest with you, there's so many festivals now, isn't there? I mean, I remember when they were sort of few and far between, and they're popping up everywhere now, aren't they? Even in the UK. I mean, we've had such a surge of festivals that have and they're doing pretty decent. It's quite incredible to see. That so many people have such a big passion for putting bands on, and that's always great to see. So yeah, it would be great to have you guys coming over to the UK.
Absolutely.
That'd be so good, wouldn't it? Maybe we can look at Rage Fest when we put it on. But yeah, no, that'd be amazing. But yeah, I was going to ask you also in terms of the future. So you're talking. Have you guys written any new songs for a new release tour?
So right now, we've transitioned from being a 4-piece to a 5-piece band. So it's vocals, which is Max, who plays vocals and bass on the album, but now he's just transitioned straight to vocals, and he's still songwriting. You have me and Jun Takashita on guitar. We have Fred Romer from the band Davari. He's playing bass with us, and he's an official member. And we have Dave English playing drums for us.
That's awesome. That's so cool. So you've got a nice full 5-member lineup now. Yes. And are you writing any songs? Is there any sneak kind of info on a new song, maybe?
Yeah. So our drummer had quit because he couldn't sustain being in a band. He made a good sound decision for his life path, and we parted amicably in December. So we threw some feelers out there for a bunch of people. It's Max in particular has the biggest music career, being from the hardcore scene and touring with Sick of It All and a bunch of other bands. So we threw some feelers out there and asked all of our friends, and they in turn did a nice job, and They asked some of their friends. So we had a bunch of drummers reply to us. So, you know, kind of got to leave it at that. So it's a little marketable, but we do have some special things coming up in the future. But I will say, our next effort so far, we got all the drums recorded. So now it's a matter of going through the production process and starting to, do the tracking for the other machines.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to hear the new stuff. I bet it's going to be so good. Because
thank you.
I mean, judging from the stuff that you've done, I mean, I was literally blown away. I was like, this is some really good thrash. I mean, this isn't like, when I listened to it, I just remember being completely blown away. It is that good. So if anyone hasn't ever heard Another Demon, you need to go and listen, because these guys really are, I mean, they're absolutely amazing. Like, it's so good to hear a very good band coming out of New York in the USA, and so let's go back to James Murphy then. So how did you guys meet then? How did all that happen with Drawn and
Social
Quartered?
media and friend circles. It's a nice little thing when you can have somebody say, "Oh, you're not just a weirdo contacted me. You know some of my friends." So I got to know James through some mutual acquaintances, and I also ran an organization over here for heavy metal. So I help book a lot of bands. And we formed a decent relationship. It was him and Carl Sanders, both of them, like him and Carl at the same time. And I started taking lessons from them, and we just hit it off. And now we're gearheads. We send back and forth little personal reviews on pedals and this and that, and have it board, all gear stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. So let's go into the gear side of things then. What do you swear by in terms of guitar and pedal and amp and things like that?
Well, I am endorsed by Valorous Guitars, but I do swear by Jackson Warriors.
Yeah.
Especially being a bigger guy, you can sit there and it sits in classical position very nicely. I have a bunch of them now. And they're always reliable. I also I use analog on when we're playing live. I have a nice analog fly rig now through Friedman amps, so that's pretty nice. I also use Kempers to try to be as modular as we can be. As this is a terrible and blessed age to be a guitarist, because there's so much stuff out there.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah.
I mean, you can just see my Kemper here, my 5150. I got amps in this rack unit. It's crazy.
Yeah. And so when you go on the road, do you take your whole stack, or do you usually, sort of use a backline, or how does that all work?
I will never do that again. We did do that when we went to California. And it was a big slog to do that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, oh God, I remember, I mean, when we put gigs on and things like that, and the backline, the dreaded backline, trying to sort that out. And then other people have different wattage of amps, and it doesn't go with the with the amp.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's so, I mean, people don't really realize this behind the scenes, what goes on, especially when it comes to equipment, and oh my gosh, like making sure that the amp header works with the bottom bit, and someone might bring a completely different amp wattage, and so you having to.
When I played in Belgium, the first 3 notes of the song were good, and then the HK head that the guy had me playing through blew.
Oh no!
And I had just a regular tomb screamer pedal in with a 9-volt battery in it. It wasn't any kind of wattage thing, but I was like, I'm over in Belgium and I don't have an amplifier now. But nicely enough, people switched it up. But it's crazy. You never know what's what. So you want to get the most reliable thing nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is the stuff they don't tell you, isn't it? So let's go to some fun things then. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you on tour? Like, has there been any certain moments that have just stuck out and it just like you remember?
In Arizona, when we were driving back from tour, we stopped to get gas, and we ended up being in a gas station that was converted from a Wild West brothel, and that was very disconcerting because you did not expect that one coming at all, and they had all these historical pictures throughout the whole place. So,
Oh wow!
imagine too many kids stopped there.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And what I suppose collectively as a band, you know, like say you're out on the road, what kind of tunes do you listen to?
Oh, so we do the whole whoever's driving and co-pilot picks the music. So it could go from various types of Japanese metal. Because we kind of hit Jun up in the van like he's a jukebox to teach us new stuff. Max has a whole bunch of eclectic jazz stuff because he's also a jazz drummer, a well-renowned jazz drummer. And now I like to listen to things you could sing along to, like Maiden and Iced Earth. So,
yeah, they're good bands for you.
Well, Amon Amarth, if it's nighttime, you really got to stay awake.
Yeah,
you know, growling will help you push through.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Okay, that sounds great. So I think in terms of, obviously you guys are going to be in the next issue of Ragebreed magazine, issue 4, and you've been plugged on Ragebreed Radio, and also we've, you know, I've been looking at your page and everything, and you guys are getting a lot of attention media wise, and it's really good to see, and it's, you know, coming up with loads of reviews and things like that, and it's really great to see, you know, we can really see the growth in obviously the band and, you know, on social media and things like that. What would you say to a musician that's just starting out and say they don't know, you know, the real ropes about the kind of promotion side? What advice would you give someone who's just starting out? He's a kid, maybe, got his first guitar, loves another demon, wants to start his own band. What kind of advice would you give them?
Readers are leaders, right? So you have to read other people's experiences in the business. There's so many resources out there nowadays. Read. Don't just put things into an AI app and ask it a question. You know, it's not there to be your teacher. But when you're starting out in a band, you got to understand that your bandmates need to be as into it as you are. And everybody has to make a mutual effort because together you will succeed. And you have to be honest with each other. If your songs suck, don't just play them because you won't want to hurt somebody else's feelings. Say, hey, dude, or hey, I'm sorry, but I think we could do better than this.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Yeah, no, I like that. That's really cool. And I think that's really important actually in a band dynamic, because sometimes people like to people please, don't they? A lot of the time they don't want to rock the boat, but it is important to be able to sort of say, I'm not feeling comfortable playing this, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can be abrasive and say, hey, that sucks. You know. It's just kind of how I do it, you know. But we're playing aggressive music, so it's not bad being pissed at rehearsal because it makes you play a little faster, I guess.
Yeah, so true. No, that's cool. So is there any gigs that you're going to? As maybe not playing them, but any kind of gigs that you were thinking about?
No, I'm not going to anything. Well, I might go to the New Jersey Metal Fest. I just have to make sure I could do it with schedules. I did recently go to the Behemoth, Deicide, Rotting Christ Immolation show.
Oh my God, what a lineup!
That was such a crazy night for me. I love Behemoth.
I mean, I love all those bands, so like that's just like that. Just saying those all together in one show, God, that's so, you're so lucky.
Deicide was amazing, and
yeah,
Behemoth is a treat, you know, because they're so theatrical and they hit hard, they hit home, you know.
Did you meet any sort of fellow musicians there?
Oh yeah, I was there with a bunch of friends, and we met We met Jadrin from DSide. I had played with the guys from Rotting Christ a bunch of years ago in Desdemona, so it was good. We got to give them a bro hug. They like recognized my face, but they kept it moving. Immolation is a bunch of local guys, so everybody was giving them the rah rah. But did not get to meet anybody from Behemoth. But Nurgle did take a video of me running outside, taking a video, a reel of the big line. So I got to snapshot myself in his reel. It felt special.
That's amazing. That's so good. Has he had a good night then?
Yeah, it's a fantastic show.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Okay, so let's go for the future now then. So what are the future plans for this year then?
So for this year, we're gonna take our time, make sure we get this next record right. It's 10 tracks that we have right now. Plus we might have some kind of like interludes in between the songs.
Nice.
So got to figure that out. But we're gonna work that out in September. We're gonna have our first proper show, not an informal show, with our album lineup. In support of Vicious Rumors.
Oh yeah.
Then we're probably going to really try to like hit the road hard, hit the ground hard come January.
Yeah.
Try to time things for NAMM and go from there.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. It sounds really good. And hopefully we can get you over to the UK as well, because I think the UK needs to hear you.
Everybody's got passports. We're ready.
Amazing stuff. Well, I think it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you today. It's been really great to see what Another Demon is all about, and obviously you shared some great experiences, and and those of you out there that are really into your thrash, you need to check out this band. They are absolutely brilliant. I was absolutely blown away by their stuff. So do check them out. And if you do get to see them live in the US or wherever they decide to play, please check them out. And if you just want to tell people where they can find your music and, social links and things like that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, first I want to say thank you for also giving us this platform and believing in us enough to help us get to that next step. We owe you a debt of gratitude for that. You can find us on the Ragebreed site. You could order our album through the Ragebreed site. We have a very nice little CD for those of you that still like to collect physicals. We have our Another Demon .bandcamp.com. We have our Linktree, which is Linktree another_demon_official, which has all of our sites, our socials, our Spotify, and drop by, leave a message. We will answer back.
Fabulous. That's so great. So guys, do check out Another Demon. Absolutely brilliant thrash metal. You need to check them out. They're from New York. And yeah, you just need to literally buy their CD. It's so good. It's absolutely brilliant. And don't forget that James Murphy from Obituary, he's been in loads of other bands as well. Testament, yeah. I mean, gosh, I like his solo stuff personally as well. I mean, I love Touching the Earth by James Murphy. It's one of my favorite tracks. So it's incredible that he's played on your EP as well. So guys, absolutely brilliant band. Do check them out. Thank you so much, Frank, for this interview. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. My pleasure.
Okay. Speak to you soon and take care.
Hi, everybody. This is Frank Tosi from Another Demon. This week, we're pleased to announce that we've signed with Ragebreed Records and are officially Ragebreed Records recording artists. And our first release is going to be this year on April 18th. We're going to be re-releasing our EP, As Above, So Below, because it was an independent release and we want to make sure that it gets heard by as many people as possible. Later on this year, though, we'll be releasing our first full-length album. And there's going to be a lot of special things about that album that we don't want to divulge at the moment, but we're pretty sure it's going to make a big splash. So you want to stay tuned. Stay tuned to everything that's coming out of Ragebreed Records. They have some great stuff. They signed some great bands lately, and can't wait to be playing with all of them. Thanks so much, everybody, for your continued support.
What's up, everybody? This is Max Capshaw from Another Demon, and we're very proud and thankful to officially announce that we have signed with Ragebreed Records. Thank you to them. And the first thing we're going to do is re-release our EP, As Above, So Below. And that way it can get the reach and the appreciation that it deserves. Secondly, we're deep into pre-production for our full-length record, which will come out in late 2026. And we have some names on there that you're going to know, and it's set to be an incredible experience. Our current lineup is myself on bass and being the frontman, Frank Tosi on lead and rhythm guitars, and Jun Takashita on lead and rhythm guitars, and Dave English on drums. So this looks like it's going to be a great rest of 2020-26, and we're really, really psyched about it. So thank you to everybody who's gotten us here so far, and we'll see you out at the shows.